All right, now we're going to go to our reading book. I hope you enjoyed the little video on Johann Sebastian Bach. Got a little bit more insight into his life and to his music. Remember, the story that we're reading is a little biography of his childhood and how he started a great interest in learning how to play the clavichord, which is the forerunner of the piano. All right, we have in the first section, if you remember, that Johann is living with his brother because his parents are dead, and his older brother is a musician. Remember, there were 7 generations of musicians in the Bach family. So the love of music and the talent for music was there, going way back to a great-great-great-grandfather. And Christoph, of course, was a fine musician, and he took it upon himself to take care of his younger brother, Johann Sebastian, and he was teaching him how to play music. And Johann, if you remember, thinks that the music is too easy, and he would really like to learn some of the hard music that his brother was playing. And his brother kept this music, remember, on a bookshelf, a special music book. And what does Christoph say to his brother? He says, this music is too hard for you. You won't be able to do it. So what does Sebastian do? Sebastian decides, well, maybe at night when everybody's asleep, he's going to go take that music down and he's going to copy it. Because he can't take it out during the day and play because his brother would find out. But if he spent the evening copying the music, then he would have his own copy and then learn how to play it. Okay, so after Christoph went to bed, Johann would come down at the stairs, get that special music book from the shelf, and copy the music. All right, we're on the special music book on page 69, and here is a nice picture of a clavichord. It looks like a little spinet piano that we still have today. And we're going to be reading and looking at the words clavichord, composed, 2 compound words, oversleep and lifetime. They're pretty easy to figure out. So start reading and find out how long it takes Johann to copy the music. Remember, his brother's name is Johann also, but his middle name is Sebastian, and his brother's middle name is Christoph. So we'll use those names interchangeably. Okay, let's start reading to yourself, and when you're finished, look, I will ask you the questions. Okay. All right, how long does it take Johann to copy the music? Find the words and tell me. Yes, it's right there in the first sentence. Many, many weeks. Okay, now, where did he hide the music sheets? Where did he hide his stack of pages? Under his bed. That's usually a place kids like to hide things, under their beds. Okay, now, because he spent nights copying the music, what was the result the next day? What was the result if you're up all night copying music or anything, watching TV, playing computer games? Yeah, he overslept. And sometimes, he was very sleepy at school. We find that a lot. Some kids who don't get enough sleep are cranky, and they don't want to do their work until they wake up, and well, the same thing happened to him. So what happens after he finishes copying from the book? Okay, what he does, he waits for a chance to try the hard music. Okay, and what's the chance? The chance is when his brother goes away. And then what is he going to do? He's going to play the music on clavichord. All right, that's the end of 69. All right, now it's page 70. We're looking at the picture. We're finding out what Johann is doing. And we're going to find out, does he play all the notes correctly? And what does he think about as he's playing? And take a look and see who comes in. Start reading. Okay, now, how does he play the music? Is he making a lot of mistakes? No. He said the music was not too hard for him. Johann played all the notes right. And what kind of music was it? It says it was pretty. But then who's at the door? Who comes in and hears him? Now, what do you think Christoph might be thinking when he sees his little brother playing that hard music and so beautifully? What do you think? You think, maybe you're thinking, oh, my little brother is very disobedient. I told him not to play the music. Or my little brother is a genius and maybe I'm a little jealous, right? You think that he could be thinking that? Well, let's find out. Uh-oh, look at the picture. What is Johann doing? Yes, he's crying. Why is he crying? Because he's played the music so beautifully. Why is he crying? All right, read the page. It's only 2 short paragraphs. Now, you'll see the word weep. Weep is the same as cry. And you know that he's crying because tears filled his eyes. Why is he crying? Is he crying because he made a lot of mistakes? Did his brother yell at him? Did his brother spank him for disobeying? No. He is upset because he worked so hard, copying all those pages, and Christoph took them away from him. And what does Christoph say to him? He says, this music is too hard for you. So I don't know. My own personal opinion is that Christoph might be jealous, because if he heard him play and saw that he played it so beautifully, that maybe Christoph is thinking, hey, my kid brother is a terrific musician. So, well, anyway, poor Johann is very upset because he worked for many, many weeks. You know what it is to sit at night in a dark room and copying notes? Do you know what even notes look like? Well, anyway, that's what happened. Okay, let's turn to the last page. Okay. Now, what happens when his brother left, and after he was a little bit insulted, what happened to him? How happy he was, even though his brother took the notes away. He remembered. Can you imagine the brain he must have had to remember all that music? The pages were gone, but he could still play every song. Okay, he had an exceptional gift because he remembered. He only played the song maybe once. It doesn't mention how many times he must have played the music. But his brain was so brilliant that he didn't have to practice for long periods of time. He got that music in his head immediately. Now, he himself, according to this, composed many, many songs and works of music. And today, people everywhere still love to hear his music. I'm going to read this little paragraph. It says Bach lived from 1685 to 1750. The true account of an incident in his boyhood demonstrates the gift of music God gave him. Later, as he matured, meaning he grew up as a Christian, he wrote hundreds of pieces of music that gave praise to the Lord. He was an amazing composer and a talented performer. You know, he played the violin, organ, and other instruments. Someone said of him, he can play anything. Bach wrote his last piece of music while sick and lying in bed. He dictated the music to his son-in-law, and the words of that music begins, "Before your throne, my God, I stand." So even before he dies, he knew that he was going to meet God and that he was going to stand before him, and he had to write the music down. Well, I hope you enjoyed that true story, and you'll be doing page 126 of that story. And if you want to do the then and now, matching the things that we have now as compared to the time of Johann Sebastian Bach on 73, just match the one side with the other. Okay? That was that.